Hey, you're listening to Don't Lie to Your Life Coach podcast with Kim Arrington. I'm Kim Arrington. I'm a life coach, a weight loss coach, an author, and a badass passionate about helping you connect back to your most authentic self. Join me here each week so I can coach you on how to think all those juicy thoughts that get you feeling your absolute best and taking some big ass action. Coaching has changed my life, and it can change your life too. I'm here to give you real life solutions to create a life you'll love. Because the truth is, boo, you ain't just got problems, you got options. Hey, y'all. This is my annual birthday edition. Oh, y'all want to know how old I'm going to be? Did I hear you hey, and saying, hey, how old are you going to be, Kim? Well, I'm going to be 47 years young, 47 years young. And honey, it is feeling good on me. My birthday is coming up on April 22nd. How fitting. My birthday is on Earth Day. Y'all know I love being outside. And I'm so excited to share this with you. Obviously, I have been in the woods. This is the time of year where it's hot, getting hot again. It's like third summer in North Carolina. North Carolina goes through 16 winters, 17 summers, 2 springs, uh, 13 falls. And so it is hot. I had to get out and get in the woods earlier now, and the spiders are out. That's why you will always see me with my hair covered if you ever see me coming out of the woods, because the spiders are out and they have helped with my courage. So, y'all, I'm so excited to bring you this episode today. I don't really know what I'm going to call it. I might call it Still My 3 Hacks to Love Your Life, the birthday edition. I have not figured that out. You know what? I think I'm going to call this hack the 5-4-3 strategy to love your life. That's so long. 5-4-3 strategy to love your life. And I'm going to break it down, and you're going to understand and know what I mean and love it. But I want to share with you these 3 categories that can help you love your life, love yourself, notice what's great, and all of that. So, the first thing you're going to want to start with is notice what is already blessing you. And not that bless your heart bullshit. I'm talking about what is really, really, really blessing you. So, those would be the 5 things that blessed me. So, you're going to notice what has blessed you or makes you happy or is amazing. So, I'm going to stop for a second and I want you to notice. It can be something inside of you, it could be something outside of you, but I want you to notice, like, think about some things that really make you feel good, really make you feel blessed, really make you feel happy. Did you come up with a couple? Okay, that's your homework. All of these are going to be your homework. I'm going to repeat them at the end so you can jot down a list on your phone or whatever. Here are a couple of things that I noticed. No. Before I do that, I want to tell you why it's important to notice what blesses you. If you're not careful, you will end up being a bottomless pit. That means you get one thing and you automatically want another. And then you get that thing and you want another. And you don't recognize the art of loving what you have. That is a huge life hack. That's an amazing way for you to stay grounded and connected and not be in that kind of rat race of constantly needing a thing. Because some of the things I'm going to share with you are me driving down the road noticing. And, you know, a few of them are things that I got to return to. Because remember, y'all, in midlife, if you didn't get to do it when you were a kid, if you didn't get to go do it when you were in your 20s and 30s, midlife is when you reclaim your time and you can do whatever the hell you want. And so if you tell yourself that's not possible, then you need to have a combo with yourself. And I'm going to put in an episode I think I have an episode called, look, I don't even remember the names now because I have 90 plus episodes, but how to be happy now, damn it, or something like that. It'll be in the show notes. But I want you to think about this idea that you can be satiated, that you can be full of what you already have, that you can look around and notice gratitude and blessings. This is not on my list, but y'all, I always see license plates that are like I don't know what they call vanity plates, where the personalized plates. And one day I saw the license plate cat's meow, and I was just bragging to my friend about how brilliant I am with all I've been doing. And then I saw the license plate cat's meow, and I feel like that's God talking to me directly and confirming what I said. And then I saw the license plate gratitude. I've seen all kinds of license plates. Today I was driving, I saw no stigma. I was like, hell yeah, no stigma. So here are a couple of things that bless me. And again, I want you to ask yourself, you may not think about it while you're in your car listening to this, if you're making dinner, if you're on a walk, but I want you to think about what blesses you. I'll tell y'all how y'all can bless me. Right now, I am trying to get my YouTube channel 700 strong. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to me on YouTube. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, go just take your little paw and go down to that button and hit subscribe and then hit the ring bell so you always know when I am going live or anything like that, or when I've uploaded a new episode. So here is something that has blessed me. Nature, 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 nature. If you've been listening to this podcast for a long time, you know I'm always talking about nature, right? So the irises this year, oh my gosh, like I don't know, like I know irises come up every year, so it's not like they planted them all of a sudden, but I've just noticed the irises, and I will be honest with you. My friend said something about them, and then I have a Facebook friend who said something about them, and now I see them everywhere. And when I lived in my last house, the house before this one, there were irises out, like someone had planted irises right outside my front window, and so I've just really taken those in. Also, y'all, I have a rabbit that lives in my yard, and, I named him Bunny Butt, and Bunny Butt came back. Like, I know it's Bunny Butt because Bunny Butt lets me get so, and look, I'm not feeding him or anything like that, but he lets me get so close to him. My dad's birthday was the other day, and my dad used to always tell these elaborate stories about bunnies when we were growing up. And Bunny Butt was like in the yard in a place he never is. He usually is under the bush, but he was in the yard. I was so close to him. I was probably 2, 3 feet away from him, and I was like, that's got to be Bunny Butt because any other rabbit would run. Okay. Bunny Butt, over time, over the last year or two, has let us get closer to him. And of course, we ain't touched the pet. We don't make the bunny our pet, but it's just the fact that, I know that it's Bunny Butt. And if it ain't, it's Bunny Butt's cousin. Okay. Here's another thing that has blessed me, my loved ones. And I don't have one single category. All of my loved ones have blessed me. You all are my loved ones. You've blessed me. Friends, family, partnership, everything, kids, uh, everything has blessed me. Everything has blessed me, and I have blessed everything. And so that is something that has made me feel amazing. Sports, you all know I was an artsy girl in elementary, in high school, in junior high, and in college. And I have recreated myself in my 30s and my 40s to be an athlete. And I'm about to start doing competitive swimming. I am an excellent swimmer. I can do all the strokes. Now what's gonna be funny is me getting back into a pool and doing those turns. Now, I haven't it's been a long time, but it's been so fun to get a nose clip. Hopefully, it works on my Black person nose, get earplugs, get a swim cap on my fro, get a new regulation swimsuit where they have the ones that are like the ones you see where the legs are cut up, but then they have the like unitard ones that come to your knee. And I got one of those and it looks so good on. You're probably going to see a picture on my Instagram with that. So that's been so exciting, and tennis. The other thing that's been huge for me, and when I'm telling you all these categories, think about how nature might have blessed you. Think about how your loved ones might have blessed you. Think about if you are a sports person and now you're doing the arts, if you're an art person and you're now doing sports or whatever your category is. But also, I'm so excited for you and me about all the new things I have coming in my business. Y'all, if you get a system, it will come. If you build it, it will come. My system has come from 12-week year. I will link it in the show notes. That book has revolutionized my business and my life and how I get things done. And also, I'm reading this incredible book now called 10X is Easier Than 2X. And I am loving it. I will put both those books in the show notes and probably a couple of podcasts to help you out. But here's what I've got coming. Well, let me tell you what I've done. I have a 24-hour YouTube channel that is perpetually live. I think I started on March 22nd, and it is a like revolving, what do I want to say? It's like podcast episode after podcast episode, and it's going all the time. So you are in the middle of the night, you can't sleep, go to me at YouTube at Kim Arrington, or if you just look up Don't Lie to Your Life Coach, you go to my live, and whatever podcast is playing, maybe it has the answer for you. It's kind of how people use books sometimes as oracles. You like ask a question and then you flip through the book and you open it to the page, or you just open it to the page and it tells you what you need. You can do that, but I am so excited about that. And it has just been a game changer. Please share that with someone who's going through some stuff. Not everybody has insurance to have, a counselor or a therapist. Coaching is definitely different, but still so helpful. So you can share that. I've got a blog that'll be coming out. I've got a new quiz to help you with weight loss. If you're a woman over 40, I have this real weight loss toolkit that's an affordable way to connect. I have a book. I just finished my first draft of my book that'll be coming out, and just like a Facebook group for people. It's just so many amazing things. And I love the 12-week year. 12-week year didn't do it. I did it, but 12-week year helped me to remember, to reveal what I could do. So is there some book? Is there something that can help reveal what you can do? And then my last thing that's really blessed me, I mean, there's tons of things that have blessed me, y'all, but I'm just saying this, is that I have been learning about universal laws. And for me, universal law equates to God, 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 and more God, and how I fit into that, and how you fit into that, and what our beingness is all about, and how you're a beautiful thought and divine mind. And I'm telling you, I think if you see me in the streets, you can see it on me. I'm more personable. I'm more love. I'm more just feeling connected to all of you all and everything. It feels great. All right. Let's move on to another category. Hey, have you heard about my weight loss program? Well, if you haven't, here's this beautiful commercial. All the podcasts are sponsored by Half Life Weight Loss for wonderful women over 40, just like you. Here you go. Hey, girl, hey. My name is Coach Kim, and I'm your last weight loss coach. More on that later. Yes, I've lost 65 pounds, and I'm living my dream of lasting weight loss, plus so much more. And I'm here to spill some tea. What if I told you it only takes watching these 13 videos and doing your workbooks to finally have lasting weight loss? Like weight melting off like ice cream while you eat what you like weight loss? Like being able to go in any store and pick up a pair of jeans or that red dress in your size? Like not having to lose weight for an event, you're going to the event and everybody is talking about you at the event and how good you look. Body confidence on 10, friend. And having the most fun you've had in years while saving money, time, and stress. Sign me up, coach. Put me in, coach. Half Life Weight Loss is going to help you gain your whole self back. I got you. All right. Can't wait to see you on the inside. All right, we're back. You're going to go to www.kimarrington.com/free weight class to learn more. 4 things I learned this year. These 4 things are going to be like using these to go through and figure out like what you learn and how it's awesome. So, what have you learned and why does that matter? Because you have a brain and your brain needs to know that it went from point A to point B. What's the straight line? What's the fastest way to get from point A to point B? The straight line. And you have to remind yourself that you've learned things. How do you do that? You get good at being a beginner. You're compassionate to yourself. You speak life over yourself. You tell yourself when you're in the middle of the process, you're encouraging like you'd be encouraging to a kid. Like think about teaching a kid to ride their bike. Well, it's you on the bike. And I think it's that feeling that I can still have fun. I can still learn things. I can still have a confounding moment where I'm frustrated and I know that if I keep going that I'm going to get it or I'm going to get it in the version I need to get it. And you all need to think like that. Not getting it in the version of anybody else, but getting it in the version where you get it. Your unique, incredible self, how you're able to make things do what they do. One of the things I've really, really learned this year is to stop scaring myself with worst case scenarios. I always am looking for what's right. I often am looking for the facts, not what I assume. And when I'm in a scary smurf place, I talk to myself and give myself compassion. And I'm like, how could this not be true? I have this thing I teach my clients just do 3. So if I'm in a scary place, I'm like, what else could it be? Well, maybe it can be this, maybe it can be that, maybe it can be that. So let me just think of a scenario. Okay. So let's just imagine your doctor's office called you and they didn't leave a message. Okay. And then your brain starts, you had an appointment, your brain starts just going crazy like, what happened? What are they going to tell me? And then you start looking for evidence. Well, this friend got this diagnosis and this happened. But what if your doctor's office didn't mean to call you? What if your doctor's office decided to email you because they wanted to give you the clean bill of health? Or what if you just decide that you can reach back out and say, "Hey, saw that you called. Anything you have to share?" Like decide that it's not always what the worst could be. It could be other things, okay? Another thing that I really learned this year was stop trying to change people and choose the version of me that I want to be. Now, I have an episode about, don't change it, choose it. Look in the show notes. I don't remember the damn name. In that episode, I talk a lot about it's easier for your brain. You hear me talk so much about your brain, right? It's easier for your brain to decide to choose from these options versus to change. Change is kind of esoteric. It's kind of like change is like this big thing that requires all these different steps, but choosing is like, and I think when I sent out the email I use this idea of like you go to the store, you want some tea, and hot tea, you already know that there are 3 choices you have, and you like hold the boxes and you think of the experiences you have and you walk away with one. Well, what have you thought about choosing to be who you really are that way instead of being like, oh my God, it's going to be so much to change. How am I going to do this? You just choose a new identity or a new version of yourself and you try it on. And again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. You're compassionate, or you notice what comes up for you and you talk encouragingly to yourself. Well, that's what I've done with people. I mean, listen, sometimes you can have the conversation, sometimes you can ask for direct feedback, or you can be the thing you need And then you can watch the people around you choose to be different or change. It happens so much, y'all. Whether you believe it or not, we are in this world of energy. This goes back to the universal law. So when your energy changes, the energy of others have to change to match that. I'm going to give you an example. When you're on a seesaw and you're the person who's putting all the effort in, and remember, like, that's the person who's at the bottom, where they're on the ground and they're holding that person up with their effort. And then when you let that effort go, then they sink down to the bottom and now they're holding you up. Well, that's how energy works too. Now, I'm gonna give you another example. Like, I just wanted to put that in there of like, you can, exert less effort and be held yourself. If you're dating someone and, you know, originally they talked to you, they reached out to you, they pursued you, and then all of a sudden you become in the pursuer role, they're going to step back and be pursued. And your pursuer role makes you feel anxious because you're like, man, they won't be back to how they are. Well, you changed and they're responding to your change. So if you want them to go back to being how they are, guess what you got to do? You got to choose to be who you were, where you were not pursuing them, and leave space for them to do that. I see this a lot in dating. That's why I brought it up. If you're the pursuer, then the person is being pursued. If you are being pursued, then you are not the pursuer. Now, obviously, friends, it's in the most healthy relationships, that role changes a little bit back and forth. But if you know that you're the type of person who likes to have the phone ring, we have this with friends too. I'm not just talking about romantic situations or family members. Sometimes you got to pull back and leave space for the person to come to you. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Another thing I learned, number 3, make what's okay, we're still in our category of things that I learned this year that hopefully you can learn from too. Make what's old new again. I did this so much with my town where I live. I knew I was parking my ass this year. I had so many things to work on. At the end of every year, I kind of say, what am I willing to sacrifice to be able to have a better version of myself and my life? And I very easily was like, I'm willing to sacrifice travel. I'm willing to sacrifice travel for a time so I can park my ass and get things done, not spend a lot of money, be very focused. And I decided that I was going to treat my town like a new lover, that I was going to fall back in love with my town, and that I was going to treat my town, Durham, North Carolina, um, like it was a new town I went to. So one of the things I love to do in a new town is walk around, trying new restaurants. Y'all, I went to a restaurant I hadn't been to in years, and I tried lemon ricotta pancakes with chocolate chips. Now, I don't know if I'd order it again. It was super lemony, but I tried it, and I never come for myself if I try something and I don't quite like it. But as I kept eating, I was like, okay, all right, all right. Going to my old haunts that I haven't been to in a long time. Walking, I love walking in a city. And I've been walking around my town, walking new places, doing new things, bringing friends to things, having fun, like experiencing a new version of the old. What does that look like if you do that in your town or in your relationships or at your job or in any place, even with yourself? If you decided, I'm going to make what's old new again, maybe you decide to get a new look. Okay. Maybe you decide to finish that project in your house, but you want to get excited. When we bring newness to something that was formerly not new, we get excited about this. And this one right here, y'all, this could have been its own category. This one right here will change your life absolutely. Done is way better than perfect. I want you all to start thinking about yourself when you're doing something new in versions. Sometimes you can't do the beginner and the intermediate and the advanced. Sometimes it's better to be a little bit more generic. Version 1, version 2, version 76. I want you to think about not being perfect, but perfectly you. I want you to not look at results as a definitive indicator of how well you're doing something. Now, if y'all have ever had a podcast, I'm going to use this in terms of a podcast. In the beginning, you have so many people, they're curious, they want to know, you're so excited, and then your numbers start to drop off. And then it's your job to get people back into it, but then you got to work that on yourself too. You got to be excited. You like my new rule is I do not record a podcast if I am not feeling good about it. And so that doesn't mean I wait to feel good about it before I get in front of this mic. I basically make sure I feel good. I did that today. I did that today. Okay? So thinking about how it being done is better, because if it's not done, if you want to wait till it's perfect, I mean, you might not get to where you want to be, but if you see it as any step in that direction is the right step, then that's all goes back to that seeing what's right versus seeing what's wrong. And thinking about like the results are you did it. I do believe in looking at KPIs, key performance indicators, and looking at numbers. I just don't attach like a ton of meaning to them if I'm starting something out. They become helpful if I'm experimenting and seeing what worked and what didn't work. But the results are I'm doing it. And if I do it long enough, it's going to pay off, not just because of what I get from the outside world, but who you become or who I become or what you become in the pursuit of that. That is huge. Did y'all notice my little pattern? 5 things, 4 things, and then I'm going to say 3 things. Okay, new category, new category. All right. This is and I've been thinking about this since January, but these are 3 things I want to have more of. And y'all know I'm a person who already claims it. I recommend you claiming what you want as if it's already done, as if you already have it, that you let it run through your imagination. So let me give you an example. I have never been on a cruise, never. So I've been out of the country, I've been around the country, but I've never been on a cruise. So I want to go on a cruise. I want that experience. So I've been imagining myself on a cruise, what I'd be eating, who I'd be with, what we'd be doing, like where we would go. I even researched cruise lines and found the one that I think is going to be cool to go on, and went on YouTube videos, and I see myself on the back of the boat. I don't know what it's called, where the wake is, and I see myself having a drink, and I see myself going to shows and doing all those things and going to the ports, and I'm claiming it. I'm seeing it in my imagination. I'm acting as if I'm having conversations with people. I'm doing the things. So what does it look like if you were to already claim what you want, because your brain cannot tell the difference? Your logical mind knows the difference, but your subconscious mind does not know the difference if you are imagining it or if it's real. And this is something that's really important to know, because if you are re-traumatizing yourself with something that's happened to you, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between you actually having that happen and the images that you are putting in that. I am going to put in my episode about Marissa Peers, who talked all about the image and how powerful that is. And if you change your images, you change your life. And I need y'all to understand this. This is so damn important. If you change the pictures in your head, then You change your lens. You change what you are willing to do or not willing to do. And then you look up and it's in your life. This is manifestation. And I have not gone into this a whole bunch with y'all, but I am such a big believer in that. Like I do it all the time with a parking space, with a friend calling, with anything I want, with if I need a bill paid, if whatever I need, I see it as done. And then I look up and there it is. It's like when you think of a friend and they call you, or when you think of a friend and you see them, like it's almost subtle at times. So I want you all to think about claiming what you already have. So here are mine. What are yours? What are the three things that you want to claim as if you already have them? Mine is fun. Y'all should be fun too. One of y'all should be fun. So fun in my town, fun in travel, fun with loved ones, fun with myself, more sports, dreading things less, more gratitude, more love, more easy laughs. Fun, y'all. Fun. Pleasure. More laughs again, more loving my beauty, more loving the beauty of others, seeing what's right in others, more sex. I'm going to put in my podcast, C minus sex for the win, more joy, more cuddles, more feeling in love with your loved ones, more repeating less bullshit, less assumptions, more dresses for me, more being by the water, more flipping negative thoughts and doing that. Well, what else could it be? And more money, more God. And I'm not talking about the stuffy God, y'all. I'm talking about the all accepting God. More pleasure. Pleasure is not just synonymous with sex. Pleasure is anything that makes you feel good. And yes, for me, fun is its own category and pleasure is its own category. They are definitely connected, but sis needed to have both of them. And you probably do too. More loving yourself. And the last thing of my, three things I want to have more of is megaphone. That means more amplification of my business, more ways that I can reach you all, more ways I can help you love your life, more ways I can love my life while I'm doing my business, more ways that I can follow my own damn advice, more ways that I can reach you. And megaphone would be optimizing my Instagram, optimizing my YouTube, so you all can connect with me, getting out a newsletter, which I didn't add that, but the newsletter has been great. This week I think will be newsletter 15, which is really my podcast email, but I'm coming out with an actual newsletter, growing my email list. Think if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, if it thinking of ways that you can let the business amplify itself without you not always having setting up systems for you being able to reach people. I hope y'all love the 5-4-3 strategy because the 5-4-3 strategy loves you. You know, I love to create a framework. So I created this one kind of on the fly. All right, let's go back over your categories. So we had 5 things that bless you. So what are your 5 things that you can notice that have blessed you? We have 4 things that you learned this year. What can you notice that you've learned? And then we have 3 things you want to have more of. Remember, extra points if you claim it. Extra points if you claim it. So that's your homework to think about this. You guys know y'all know I always end an episode with an affirmation. And this week's affirmation is coming straight off the dome. I love my life so much. I love my life so much. I love my life so much. Y'all, repeat that a couple of times every day throughout the week. I love my life so much. And then notice what comes in that you love your life about. Okay? Y'all, I'm going to have the best birthday ever. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I love y'all so much. And what is this? Episode 93, I think. Don't quote me. Uh, we're getting close to 100. We're getting so close to 100. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Love y'all, mean it. I love my life so much. And bring your cute ass back here next week, okay?
Are you feeling what you just heard? Good, good. Repeat after me. You don't have to figure it out on your own again anymore. I'm here to help. Head over to kimarrington.com and download my free video series dedicated to getting you feeling your best right now. Look around, there's some good stuff waiting on you. Got questions? Well, we're always talking on the socials, so find me on YouTube, Insta, and the book. Don't be shy, y'all. Go listen to another episode or join me here the same time next week. Finally, don't keep good shit to yourself. Share this with a homie that could use some help too. Remember, we're not lying to ourselves anymore. We're not lying to our doctors, and you damn sure don't lie to your life coach.